When I became a manager about 12 years ago, I went into it thinking, I gotta know everything. I gotta be the smartest person in the room. I gotta have all the answers. I gotta be somebody that my team can depend on and rely on and be there for them. And unfortunately, what I learned is you don't start out as a great manager. You really suck a couple of times. And when I wrote people up for the first time, that was so challenging for me to give any kind of criticism, because one of my failings is that I'm a people pleaser and I have to make sure everybody's happy. And one of the things that I learned as a manager, you're not always going to make everybody happy. And you have to be okay with the fact that you're not always going to make everybody happy. So it was a lot of trial and error and a lot of education and a lot of training. And one of the things that I have learned through my 12 years now of management experience is there is one constant throughout all of it that you have to constantly try to improve on, and that's communication. And unfortunately, communication today is still the number one issues for every single organization. Because if you have successful communication strategies within your organization, then the odds are you'll be successful. But if you have poor communication in your industry, then your company may not last. It may start to fall apart. Communication can make or break everything. And when it comes to management styles, we all think that we'll just fall into it and figure it out. And if any of you have had to learn that way, you know that it's not the best way to learn, that it's a lot of pressure points and a lot of struggles. And why not have somebody that can help you walk through it, or help train you, or lead you by their experiences, the situations that they've gone through? Because as managers, you're going to have uncomfortable conversations. When you have somebody that you're having to tell them, hey, you don't smell so great, because everybody in your organization is complaining about their BO. That is the most embarrassing conversation to have, for one. It makes you feel awkward. It makes them feel awkward. Half the time they don't even realize how bad they smelled. And it's just very difficult to have that conversation. And then you have situations where maybe you have an employee that's currently struggling with domestic violence, and they're going home every day and having to deal with that. But at work, their performance is failing. They're starting to do worse and worse and worse. And you're having to have a difficult conversation with them because you know what's going on. But you also know at the end of the day, you have to have team members that are willing to put in the effort.